All right, so it is 6 o'clock on the dot, and so we are doing Supportive Advice Live. This is a great platform if you have any questions for a licensed professional such as myself. You can definitely join, call in, just go on my TikTok. There is plenty of posts with the link on there. You can find me on call in at Supportive Advice. My TikTok is also Supportive Advice. And I have another TikTok called Aquila Wheatley LMFT. So there's that. I have a colleague with me who was very clear that they are not camera ready, and so they have decided not to get on the camera. But that is okay. So, all right, what do you got for me today?
I don't know what to.
Do we have any callers yet?
Um.
Oh,
Not.
okay.
Oh,
So
we have a listener.
we have a listener. Um, oh, I think he got scared we were gonna call on him. All right, it's okay, Greg. We weren't gonna call on you. Well, okay, well maybe we were.
Maybe.
Maybe we were. Not gonna lie to you. Yes, if you come on, please be prepared to talk because I plan on listening more than I am talking. And right now I'm talking way more than I'm listening because there's no callers. And so I think that, me and my colleague here are just going to start a conversation. And, if you have any opinions about it, feel free to chime in, right? Why not? So, what's on your mind?
Well. I don't know. I've just been chilling for the most part, but I'm stressed out.
So, we stressed out. I hear
Really
that.
stressed out.
Okay.
We tired.
We're tired.
We tired.
All right. I think a lot of people can identify with we're stressed out, we're tired. Let's talk some more about that.
Oh, so like work for one.
Okay, so we're not gonna say where you work,
Yeah,
but
of course not.
we can talk about some things that are going on at work that might be stressing you out. So, let's go.
I was like, me and someone else was like the only people there because we was opening.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that the place that you work is understaffed.
Very, very much.
Yeah. That can definitely cause some intense anxiety and stress. So you and a colleague were the only ones there, and then what?
And then, basically we were trying to get everything ready by ourselves. And then, it was just a stressful time.
Okay. So let me ask this.
All right.
When you get into stressful times, how do you typically cope? What do you normally do?
It depends on where I'm at.
Okay. Let's say you're at work.
Okay.
What do you do?
It's not the healthiest.
No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, right?
But if I'm not listening to music at the time, I
Mhm.
kind of just push it back, put on a smile, and like I'm trying to explain it without explaining the situation of my job.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
If I'm not listening to music, which is a distraction, which is a coping strategy that we are aware of, I act like it's not happening. I push it to the back. I mean, I'm laughing because it's something that we all do. It's something that so many people do on a regular basis. They it's called compartmentalizing essentially. That's where you take the things that are going at the time and you kind of put them up on the shelf. Sometimes too high where you can't reach them, and then you might want to move them down a little bit. but you're compartmentalizing. However, there's also some avoidance there. I'm not going to deal with. I don't want to deal with. And so that works for a short time until things get backed up. After that point, explosion. It's kind of where that goes. Okay, so you are using a coping strategy, compartmentalizing, and then what?
That's just my time at that moment. It's just you gotta do what you gotta do for a check. So.
Okay, do what you gotta do for a check. I mean, it's true. I mean, who has never worked a regular job? You punch in, you punch out. It's not world changing. You're not waking up every day smiling, tap dancing to work. You're going because there's responsibilities that you have to meet, right? I think that we've all been there. I think Greg, who has left the building, has also been there. And had he stayed, he could have identified. Now, with that being said, there is a motivation, and that motivation is I need to take care of myself. And that is the motivation for grinning and bearing it, which is exactly what you described. So tell me more about your day. What else happened? It was only two of you guys there, which sounds like a holy mess. Please continue.
Thursdays are the busiest days ever. The busiest days.
The busiest days ever. Tell me what that means.
It means it's just a lot of people there. Like
customers?
Yeah, like around the block.
Oh, you mean like drive-through is like serious?
Yeah, very much. And then there's lobby. There's a lot going on in there. And
so there's some multitasking that's needed, is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
Especially with two people. Were you, what was half of you in the lobby and half of you in the drive-thru? What was happening?
So we were trying to figure out which one of us was gonna do what.
Mm-hmm.
Like who was gonna stay on one side, but then who was gonna do this, who was gonna do, just a lot of stuff going on. And then
hands are making an appearance.
Okay. So it's just as soon as we open, you got 6 customers coming in. No, nothing's made. Nothing's going on yet. It's just us two in a dream.
Us two in a dream
going on.
What dream is this? Sounds like a nightmare.
Making it through the day. Waiting until more people show up.
Okay, well let me ask this. Was anyone making food?
Yes and no.
Oh, whoa.
Yes,
I don't know how two things could be happening such as that at the same time.
It's like, this is morning.
Okay.
This is breakfast.
This is breakfast.
So there's certain breakfast foods that need to be made on one part of the area, and there's certain breakfast foods that need to be made on the other part of the area.
Sounds complicated.
When there's only 2 people there, and one of them is busy with the front, you can't make all food at once. Some food is just not gonna happen until somebody else gets there.
Missing menu items.
Exactly.
All right. See, now we learned something new. Missing menu items because understanding. All right. So, did anyone else come in? Don't leave me in suspense.
Not until 2 hours later.
Jeez, 2 hours. What, you standing on your head for 2 hours? What was happening?
No, because 2 hours later is when 2 other people decided to finally come in and we was rolling.
Okay. All right. So, what is rolling?
It means we were staying afloat, we were trying to get them in and out, but, the busiest day. So as soon as one load got, because all cars want to come together in the drive-thru, all of them.
Like, birds of a feather, that's the thing.
It's like groups. You don't want to do it individually.
Right.
So we'll have one group, we'll get them out, and then 5 seconds later, you get 6 more orders. And I'm like, what's going on?
Are they specialty orders?
They're long orders.
Ooh. Describe a long order without giving me, like, the details of, like, what the things are called specifically.
Okay.
Explain to me a long order.
So, you got, pancakes.
Okay, pancakes.
You got pancakes, sausage, hash browns.
Hash browns.
But, like, multiple of those.
Okay, multiple of those.
And then you have breakfast sandwiches on top of that. And you might get some burritos.
OMG.
And don't forget.
Pause 1,000.
Pause 1,000.
My mic wasn't on. Are you freaking serious? My mic wasn't on. No wonder why Greg left. Greg didn't hear anybody talking. Greg didn't know what was going on. He thought that he had come to like a blank. And what's really horrible is that like there was a couple of people that have been kind of like going in and out and just like being so faithful to this no sound of what's happening here. Oh my gosh, she was telling me her whole life and nothing at all. I mean, I'm giving you gold here and nothing. The good thing is that I am actually recording this and I'm going to put it on YouTube as well, so you'll get to see the first part of the show that no one got to hear. Fun times. Oh my gosh. This was horrible. So anyway, I'm going to use a coping strategy called compartmentalizing. And I'm going to put that on the shelf so we can get on with the show.
That's so we can get on with the show.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, goodness, Greg, come back, please.
Greg.
We're on now. Like, for serious. This is real. This is real time now. All right. So we're gonna go back to stress, right? Because that's where we were. But we're gonna not gonna make you go through that whole thing again, right? So we work at a place. The place is understaffed. We're gonna catch everybody up, right? And two people there. No, not a good thing. Not cool at all. And so we got half a person in the lounge and half a person on headset, and no one's making food. Missing menu items. Big deal. So now 2 hours later of standing on your head, someone comes in. This person better be amazing.
They're great.
Okay, so they're great. All right, we got they're great.
They carried.
They carry!
Without them, I wouldn't have made it through the day.
Okay, all right. So they came in, they carried. All right. What did they do? Ignoring. What did they do?
Basically, they came in, they started making the drinks, the billions of drinks that people decided to order through the drive-thru.
People be thirsty now. It's like 86 degrees outside.
It's like we had to change that orange juice back 3 times.
Okay. All right. People like orange juice, OJ, vitamin C to go with the vitamin D. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So you were stressed. We talked about your coping strategy. You guys might have missed it. As though my mic was hat on, right? So,
No.
Coping strategy is compartmentalization, and how I describe that is taking something that is bothering you, distracting you, making you upset, and putting it up on a shelf. Sometimes you put it up on a shelf a little too high. It's hard to reach it. Got to grab for it. Got to be very purposeful to get it down. But that is what she said her coping strategy is, to essentially grin and bear it, pretend like nothing's happening, sound familiar, and put it up on the shelf. So that is what we're doing. The stress is still on the shelf, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you were telling me about a long order. Yes, that's what we were talking about. I kind of got distracted with the whole mic not being on things. So, long order. Pancakes.
We got pancakes.
Pancakes.
We got hash browns.
Hash browns.
We got sausages.
Sausages.
We got burritos. And we got breakfast sandwiches.
Breakfast sandwiches. All right. Did somebody order like all of that or something?
Oh, boy.
Oh, we in for a treat.
You can do multiple orders.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Like
they don't make you go all the way around for that?
No.
Oh.
We're trying to be nice people.
Nice people. All right.
So, person was like, I want multiple orders. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So for this order, I want pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
I want hash browns, sausage, orange juice. Cool order.
Cool.
Next order, I want burritos.
Nope. You're maxed out with order number 1. My stress is falling off the shelf. We cannot do this. Okay, so anyway, they continue.
Yes.
Lord.
Burritos, breakfast sandwiches.
Ugh.
Smoothies.
Oh, fun times.
Other side of the store.
Oh my god.
I'm making my own drinks. We're dealing.
So at this point, you have split into 3 different people.
Pretty much.
So it seems.
Nothing I'm not used to.
At what point do the 3 people that you split into actually get to come back into one person?
When more people show up.
When more people. Okay, so for 2 hours
For
then.
2 hours.
3 different people doing it. It's interesting because this is what we call multitasking, people. This is splitting into a multitude of individuals is what we actually call multitasking. Well, let me tell you something. You can look this up, right? Humans were actually never meant to multitask. Big surprise, right? Is that why we're so bad at it? No? Yeah. Multitasking was actually something that was geared for computers. They're supposed to be able to run multiple programs at a time. That's what makes them great, right? And so, interestingly enough, we adapted because we didn't want computers to take our jobs. How about that? And so now we think that we're multitasking when really we're just doing a whole bunch of stuff really shitty. Okay. So, anyway, you were 3 people. And continue.
Oh my gosh. So, when the person came in to help us, I was over the moon.
Jeez. One more employee has you over the moon. We are now up to 3 people. 3 employees. Okay, and continue.
That was cool. It would have been 4, but they had to go because they were sick.
Stranger.
So great. Great.
Gotta love it.
So, it mellowed down a bit, so I was able to put my earphone in just to help with it before, like, I blew a fuse, you know.
A real fuse?
A real fuse, because this is like 7 o'clock now. I'm in the morning.
All of this happened at 7 in the morning?
I got there at 5.
Wow. Is this life? Is this life outside of, being a therapist? Just the suckiness is real. That like it wasn't even 7 o'clock and your whole day was ruined. Like what in the world? Okay. All right. And so the person came and then the world was better.
It was.
Okay. And what did we do?
Basically it wasn't that busy from 7 to 8.
Okay.
I was just upset because my manager had to leave at 8 for something important. It was a personal reason.
Ooh.
So, some more people came in, so that was nice. And then as soon as those people came in, just like this, we was busy.
Han's making an appearance again. Hey, Han. All right.
Up. I need to stop. I'm done. I'm not camera ready, but my hand is.
Your hand is doing it. It wants to be in the camera. It is like, sign me up. Look at these nails.
Look at these nails.
Right here. Okay, so third person comes in. Manager leaves. We back down to 2 people. Please don't tell me we're back down to 2 people.
No, we're back down to 2 people till all those people come in.
Okay, so more people came in. How many people total?
There's 7 of us.
7. Okay. All right.
So that's cool. It's a typical day.
Okay. So then tell me why you were like extra stressed then. Ooh, woosah moment. All right. The woosah.
Just because there was physically 7 people does not mean there was 7 people. You got people going off and doing what they want to do, which brings us back down. Numbers. You got people arguing with each other. That makes us just look not professional and also brings down our numbers.
Wait, Paul. So I'm waiting on a burger that I'm not going to specify. And y'all arguing?
Yes.
Is that why I keep getting pulled up?
Yes. That's exactly why.
No, thank you.
That's exactly why. I can tell you for a fact that's exactly why.
10 out of 10, don't recommend. Never pull me up. I'm not the one for that.
And then you got customers like that who argue with us because they getting pulled up when we're holding on things.
That's me.
And then we don't do refunds. So
guess I'm just gonna sit at this window then.
Exactly.
So basically what I'm hearing you say is that even though there were 7 people physically present, just like at any place of employment, there's not always productivity happening, right? No one's productive 8 hours a day. If you show me a person that is productive 8 hours a day, I'll show you a liar. Because there's nobody that is productive 8 hours a day. It's just not happening. I mean, they actually even factor it in to your hours worked. I remember I worked somewhere and they were like, just put 7.25 hours because we know that there's just time. You ain't doing nothing. So there's that. So that is causing more stress, which is a great example of systemic mindset, right? Because you're talking about work. You're talking about a team. However, in family therapy, it works the same way. If there is somebody within the family that's not pulling their weight, there's the stressors there that's happening. And so the whole system will kind of adjust around whomever they decide is the dysfunctional character and stretch themselves so that they can still keep homeostasis. Homeostasis is whatever their norm is. So that is something that I deal with a lot as a marriage and family therapist, especially when I'm doing structural therapy models. Really big, huge thing, right? But I just also wanted to point out that it can happen outside of a family therapy session. It happens at work. You know, it happens when you are waiting on your employees to come in, apparently, and they're not coming in. And then when they come in, they're not being functional. So, how many people would you say are actually functioning on the team at one given time?
4.5.
How you got a half person? Explain.
Because
we doing half people? What is going on?
because like they're and is someone that's like in between. Like it's just the
You can talk.
It's just the in between time.
It's the in between time.
Yeah. And like we were finally doing good, right?
Okay. What is good?
Good is we're not pulling at every car.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, people.
Hey.
My bad.
My bad.
Guess you'll have to see that on the video. Flash dance. Okay. Anyway, continue. Hey, you know, everybody has a Janet Jackson moment every now and again. You might be too young to understand that reference.
Janet Jackson. Okay.
Wardrobe malfunction. Okay, go ahead.
It's like we're not pulling every car. Drinks are made.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going good. Like that. Why?
I'm trying to fix it.
Why?
Oops, just out. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
So,
I said not you, Michael. Anyway, continue.
Oh, in you. Things are going good. And then someone that works there but don't work today came in. And I thought, they're here to help.
You would think, right?
But no. They just take one of my managers and one of my employees on a 1-hour break going somewhere else to get food and stuff and chilling and talking. And I'm like, did they leave?
Excuse me?
Yes!
I see. That's why you took the stress off the shelf. Okay. So you just were down a whole person. Was that the half a person?
Yes.
The half a person was the one that took all the rest of the people?
Yes.
Okay, so they're minus a person then. At that point, they're not even. We're not counting them as half a person. They're minus 3 people.
They came in and took 2 of my people.
Yes, that's a no-go. That is a no-go. What did you do?
At first, I asked around. I was like, "Where are they at?" And
that's logical.
Someone was like, "Oh, they went with such and such to go somewhere."
No, thank you.
I'm like, "But didn't they come in after you? Isn't this your time to have a break?" They're like, "Yeah, but they took one of the managers and whoever and went out and went to get something." How did that even happen? What's going on?
What is going on?
So that's kind of where it was just like, okay, so my manager's gone. And
is there another manager, or is it just like a free for all at this point?
There's another manager.
It's like Hunger Games.
But they were like really busy, so like we needed the other manager to be there.
Okay.
And so it's just like, so they can just go off and have a 1-hour break when we get yelled at. If it's over 30 minutes, I'm livid. It's over. I'm gone.
So I'm livid. I take that to mean I done took stress off the shelf. I have combined anger. I now have threw in some frustration.
Yes.
Mixed it all up. And it's about to be an explosion. All right, so what happened?
I looked at the manager that was there when they weren't busy, and I was like, so they just took 2 of our people, right? And they were like, they took who? Because no one communicates.
But why would they do that? That would make too much sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we're just both running around trying to see where to put who where, because that person had a very important role. The other person didn't even work today. They shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
The person who took the people.
Yeah. And then lobby full of customers. Drive through around. We got more than 11 orders on the screen. Stuff's going bad. Things are, because when you hit one off, it's still full. Like, that's when you know you're busy. That's when you know you're busy.
Oh. Is it all coming back to you? I'm seeing some
lack
PTSD.
of sleep.
Oh, my word. Okay.
Came to me in that moment, and I said, I'm finished.
Let's wait a minute. Okay, wait. Pause. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a mindfulness break. All right. So what that looks like is, all right, look at me now. All right. So we're gonna breathe in to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to breathe it out to the count of 4. Pretend I counted to 4.
Pretend.
And then we're going to breathe it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to blow it on out. And then we're going to notice where we're carrying some tension. I got some of mine in my shoulders.
My shoulders.
Where are you carrying your tension?
Right here.
In your chest?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we are going to breathe in again to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of visualization. Okay. During that story, I feel as though you kind of went back to that place. Seemed like you were kind of right back there with all the chaos. Okay. Started looking a little flustered. That's okay, because that's what happens when we tell people about things. We go right back and we drag that person right with us. Trust me, it happens all the time. And so, remind yourself you're not there, right? Do the mindfulness breathing, and let's do a visualization. Where is somewhere that calms you down? Not that place. That place sounded horrible. But where is somewhere? Where is somewhere that actually calms you down?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, that would be the thing there to do.
My room.
Sitting up in my. Okay, so got a little bit of brandy. You know, hey, man, that's what we do. So you're in your room. You are. I take it you have a bed.
Yeah, you sitting in the bed, doors closed, reading after.
Okay, so
That's
we are
cool.
in the bed. We're in the bed. We are laying in our bed, in our room, our safe place. We are reading after. Or is it after? After we fail. Mm-hmm. How did I know?
Yeah.
After we fail. Mm-hmm. Dysfunctional relationships. All right.
Oh.
So, just say it. It's a little dysfunction. I might actually do a YouTube video about it.
We should. I want to be in it.
I'm lightweight thinking about it because like that promotes such dysfunction. Those books, stick it out until he turns into a better human being, or or not, or have self-respect. That we could do that too. So anyway, I digress. We're visualizing, right? So Um, we're in our room. We are reading a book that doesn't cause us stress. And
causes you stress.
You see, I'm stressed. I am stressed. But back to you. And so we're breathing. We're there. How are we feeling?
You're feeling nice.
Yeah.
You're feeling nice.
Yeah. See, you're feeling better. See, that's all it takes is a little bit of mindfulness, right? And so you guys got that for free. Yeah. See, you're welcome. Now,
you're welcome.
With that being said, so you're there, you're stressed out, you took the stress off the shelf, you mixed it with some frustration, a little bit of anger too, we done stirred it up, right? And now where are we?
Where when they get back.
Oh, so they come back.
They come back at some point.
Alright, well that's always a good thing.
They came back with food in hand.
Were they sharing? They better had been sharing.
No, they all had their own separate foods. Like, they all had bags in their hand.
Bags of food from where you work?
No, from somewhere else where they went
off.
Like, laughing and joking.
No
and
loyalty.
None at all.
No brand loyalty at
None at all.
Of course. Anyway, continue.
They come back, they're laughing, joking around. And my manager is just like, where were you guys? We
Good
needed
question.
you. And then their only response is, we were on our break. So.
For an hour?
For an hour, yes. But that didn't last long. It was just like, well, okay, you're back now. Let's get this over with. And
so what I'm hearing you say is that it wasn't actually dealt with.
No.
So they came back. The system, I'm calling it the system.
Yeah.
Which is basically the team of employees, were all out of whack because they were stretching to cover for the team members that weren't functioning, right?
Yeah.
And then when they come back, there's no actually addressing the issue. There's no conflict resolution. There's just avoidance, it sounds like.
Yes. Okay,
so where were you? No good answer. I was on a break. Avoid conflict, and then we continue.
It was just a weird situation to be in, because when they got back and the person who wasn't even supposed to be there was still there, like hanging out in the work spot. Like, they were hanging out, taking pictures, things like that, just chilling.
What is this?
That's what I asked. But anyways.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so hanging out, taking pictures, distracting people. Gotta love that.
Yeah. Someone that had went with them was back and was complaining, saying that they wanted to go on vacation and that they didn't want to be there, and it was just not a good environment.
Oh, so they left, right?
Yeah.
Left everyone in distress, come back, and then they're Debbie Downer.
Exactly.
So they're like bringing down the whole environment. Fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times. You'll find that a lot at work, where, you know, people are disgruntled. They are not happy with their job. They're not happy with where they are in life. They're looking for a transition. But instead of looking inward, right, and saying, what can I change about myself? What things can I do to make my life better, or make, you know, my worldview a little bit more positive? We're just gonna lash out and blame everybody else. I mean, why not? Just deflect. Of course we are, right? So they're deflecting. They hate life, and
I finally go on my break.
Gosh, how long were you there before you got a break?
This is around 12.
So you started at 5. Let's keep this in mind here. Started at 5. It's 12.
I love my job.
Labor laws broken. All right, continue.
So me and one of the people who came in earlier that day, my lifesaver, went on break finally, right?
Okay.
And we're out there, we're talking, we're just catching up. Things are cool. And then they notice that the lobby filled up again.
Okay.
And was like that they were gonna go off their break early to help.
Oh, this is a model employee. Congratulations for you. They don't deserve you. Wherever this place is that we're not naming. Okay.
Then, because I wanted to follow them, I was like, I'm not about to be out here alone. I'm gonna go with you.
Mm.
Plus, I'm bored out here anyway. Let me go back and help. And then we're helping. We're trying to get everything situated. And 2 things happen.
Okay,
that I was
ready.
Not prepared for.
I mean, I feel like none of this stuff that you said at this point, I was even prepared for, and I'm just the host here. Okay, so continue.
The first thing wasn't as bad as the second thing. The first thing was when our GM, our general manager, comes in, right?
Right.
And the person I went on break with was like, well, I came back early to help. And the general manager says, no one asked you to do that. So unappreciative.
Whoa. And I quit. Man, could have been me. Goodness gracious. All right. So that's a jerk move. No one asked you to do that. And then they left?
No.
Oh.
And this still goes with the first thing. They were still helping out. And someone in the back is angry. Like someone that's doing food. And they throw the food. Like they throw the food.
Pause. As a consumer, this worries me. Throwing food. What happened?
They threw the food in. Like the whole food.
Threw the food in what?
There's this thing, like there's this thing where all the food goes. Like when you make it, it goes in there and like we bag it or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So they throw the food trying to go in there, but they were angry, so it was like an angry toss. And it hits the person I was with. Like it hits them.
Wait a minute.
It hits
Are you telling me your coworker got hit with a burger?
No, not a burger. A cinnamon roll. A cinnamon roll box. It was a cinnamon roll box.
All right, so bear with me now because I'm visualizing, and so I'm visualizing some grown person getting hit in the head with a box of cinnamon rolls.
No, it went under and it hit right here.
Oh wow, okay.
And
no one can see you, so I'm just gonna describe. She's pointing to underneath her chest here, so like right here in her tum tum.
So
I sound like a mom, don't I?
They looked at me and was like, we're going to spend the rest of our break outside.
You think?
And we go outside and we start talking out there. It was nice and calming out there because we got to sit on a little rock thing. So we got to talk and stuff and it was nice. But there was like, there was no reason that person should have been throwing food. Like, it doesn't matter how angry you are at whatever.
Right.
Especially when you weren't here at 5 o'clock in the morning struggling. But either way, everyone has their own thing. You should never be throwing food. That cinnamon roll should have never hit me. And I was like, I know.
So what I'm going to throw in here. What she's describing is something that I deal with a lot in my practice, which is impulse control issues. Okay? That is when we get upset, right? And we get so full of emotions that all of a sudden we've done something and we didn't think it through first. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of when someone is throwing food is that impulse control. So, You know what helps best with that? DBT. And I'll get into more of what DBT is as we continue this podcast. Not today, but like ongoing. So continue.
The second thing that happened right before the throwing food incident, I came in there to help on my break.
Okay.
And I was supposed to be taking receipts, seeing what they had, and giving it to them, right? Because they didn't have any food.
Okay.
And I see someone...
Help me out. You're there. I'm not there. Walk me through it.
I see someone that ghosted me there looking right at me.
Okay, wait. You said what? Somebody that what?
That ghosted me looking at me face to face. We see each other.
Okay, all right. Let's back it up.
There's no denying.
I saw someone. This is reflective listening. What I heard you say, right? I saw someone that ghosted me. Okay, not me, but that person who's talking. So they ghosted you, and now you see that they are definitely still alive, right? Because they're there. And what happens?
I look at them, they look at me, and like my brain is going crazy. Like, well, the person that you are looking for, they aren't here. So why could you be here? Well, this is a fast food place, but you wouldn't normally be here. So why are you here? And like, I was just like, you're not supposed to be here. I was never supposed to see you again. How about, like, I was done with the wanting.
In a perfect world, right?
Yeah, I was done with that.
We're not dating anymore, so you drop off the face of the earth. That's so healthy, right? No, that is not healthy. But isn't that what we wish would happen? You don't want me anymore, I don't want you, and then disappear.
Please.
We no longer see each other. Wasn't that like a Black Mirror episode at some point? Anyway, so the person that ghosted you, you saw them. You started to ruminate, because that's what it's called, where you have a bunch of thoughts, basically anxiety-provoked thoughts all at one time. What is this person doing here? Why is he here? This person is normally not here. Oh my gosh, the person he's looking for isn't here. Why is this person here? Oh my God. And so then you did.
I turned to the person that got hit with the cinnamon roll, and I was like, how about we switch spots? Can you do the receipts and I help over here on front counter?
Okay.
And they gladly was like, sure. And I felt bad after it all went down, because if we hadn't switched places, they wouldn't have got hit with a cinnamon roll.
Oh, but that wasn't your fault.
Because they were bagging food too. And I was like,
Now that is what we in the therapy world call a cognitive distortion. That is when we believe that we have more influence over things that happen than we actually do. Okay? And so in this scenario, you're taking responsibility for her getting hit in the sternum, I believe.
Sternum.
I'm probably wrong about that, by the way. Don't come for me. All right, so
don't come for me.
But anyway, you're taking this responsibility for this person getting hit with a cinnamon roll. I'm trying to say this with a straight face. Help me out, okay? You know, good night. So anyway, the person who would actually be responsible is the person who threw the cinnamon roll, right? You're not vicariously responsible. You couldn't have known that was gonna happen. That wasn't an intentional setup of any kind, because you secretly dislike this person. It was just a flying cinnamon roll. Isn't that just life?
I was thinking that, and I was also like, well, if that cinnamon roll would have hit me, I would have walked out.
I know that's right. Say that.
That's just me. Like, I wouldn't have been
Gen Z all day.
I wouldn't have been like how they were and chilling and just leaving to take their break outside. I would have just left. Like, I would have said that was enough for me, and I was gone.
Okay.
So I was like, at least, like, they're better than me.
They got the right person.
They got the right person, not me. It could never happen that way. Anywho, by the time I got back from my break, the person that I made eye contact with was
But they
gone.
still there? Oh.
They were there for a while.
For what? Were they waiting on food or something?
Yeah, they were waiting on food. They had a
Oh.
meal or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, they are allowed.
No.
I mean, essentially, even when people ghost us, they're still allowed to eat.
I mean, not there.
Oh, they're not allowed to eat there?
Not there.
You're not allowed to eat where I work.
No.
Got it. All right. Talk about avoidance. Okay.
I was like, I thought we were on the same page. But okay. Anyways, I come back and everybody there knew that I was leaving at 2:00 because I came in at 5.
Yeah.
I took the bus there. We all knew. The managers knew that I was leaving at 2. My coworkers knew that I was leaving at 2.
I feel like this is leading up to something bad.
It is.
Oh,
And I text my general manager that I was leaving at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew. She was aware because I saw that she read it. Everyone was aware.
all right.
She comes in for the second time. The first time was when she was like, no one asked you to do that. But then the second time.
Oh, this was a lady that said that. I don't know why I just automatically thought it was a guy that was that rude. And that's so my bad, because that is like a gender stereotype. Women can be rude too. All right. Anyway, continue.
The second time. Looked at me straight in my face. And was like, so who gave you permission to leave at 2? I was like,
Valid question. So we answered it. What did we say?
I was like, well, I said the manager's name. I was like, the manager said that it was okay. I talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was cool. And the supervisor was there when I was talking to them.
Right.
So it was like, if they didn't want me to leave, they would have said something like, hey, you can't, or something like that. Because, like, it was like a 3-way thing. And she was like, how they needed me till 4.
Oh, no.
And then how it was my fault that I came in at 5 expecting to leave at 2 when everybody knew that I was supposed to be leaving at 2. Like, I spread the word. The manager that I talked to about it and was like, yeah, that's okay. Supervisor said, that's okay. Spread the word. Everybody knew I was leaving at 2. And I was like, it was established before.
Right.
Like, the day even started that I had to leave at 2.
Please tell me you got that in writing, though.
No. I did not.
See, that's...
But...
Always get it in writing, people. Get it in writing.
But I
Yes,
said...
Mojo. Thank you. Yes. Oh, no, indeed.
Yes. But I was like, well, you can ask the supervisor. They said it was okay, too. Supervisor is above her. So, she called. It was like, yeah, we know Leah's leaving at 2. And you're like, well, I have you till 2, right? I was like, yeah. You do. And guess what I did at 2?
I'm kind of wondering, was there any apology, or is this like...
Oh, no apology.
Oh, okay. So we were just wrong, and we're going to pretend like that didn't happen.
Yes!
This place is just full of avoidance. You gotta love it. Thank goodness
I
gracious.
love my job.
Okay. But do you, though? I don't even love it for you.
I don't love it for you.
And I don't have to work there. I'm not going to patron there just because they sound like they suck. Just same.
But as soon as 2 o'clock hit, I stocked up everything I needed to. I made sure everything was right. I made sure things was cleaned up. And I left. And I was like, hey, manager, is it okay if I go? Because they were running the floor at the time, and they was like, yeah, you can go ahead and leave. So, yes, I did that.
So that team there, I would definitely liken it to a dysfunctional family system, as I said previously. There are a lot of individuals that are deflecting. There is definitely a lot of avoidance. There is no taking responsibility for actions, which causes contempt and breaks down relationships. I'm giving, guys, and so that's definitely not a healthy workspace. Not a healthy workspace. And if you had come into my office and talked to me about this type of environment within your home, I might just tell you to run, far away.
Far away.
No, I'm kidding. I never tell people that. I think it a lot. Never say it though. I'm a professional.
I'm a professional.
So we have about a few minutes left, right? And so I want to ask, how were you able to? What happened to my life? How were you able to decompress? Ooh, talk about it, echo. How were you able to decompress from that very high stress scenario that you just played out for us?
Well, first things first, because I didn't want to walk there, and just because I sent someone $16 to get us both Starbucks.
Okay.
And so they went and got us some.
Self-care.
That was my thing.
Retail therapy.
As soon as my favorite therapy. As soon as they came back, I stocked up Starbucks in hand and I dipped. I was on TikTok for a while, just scrolling through.
Okay.
Sipping Starbucks. But it's not until I got home to when I was just like, okay, I am just going to eat my Applebee's that's in the refrigerator, drink some juice, mind my business, and chill out.
But let me ask you this. Do you typically go to food for comfort?
Yes.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. The reason why I'm asking that is because it's actually typical. It's very, very typical. We learned that from a very young age that food gives you comfort. We go to our mom and we typically the thought is you either got breastfed or formula fed, but essentially when you were crying at some point, right, I see it, when you're crying at some point, you're comforted by the warmth of food. And so we grow up and then we still look for that type of comfort. It's really important to learn other healthy coping strategies like the mindfulness strategy that we tried today, decompressing by listening to music and things like that, because it can be a very unhealthy habit to lean on food and eat emotionally or stress eat. So there's a question here. How do you handle people who project after you take to people about what? Okay.
Talk.
I can't read. I just want to throw that out there. How do you handle people who project after you talk to people about things? So what I'm hearing you say, in reflective listening, what I'm hearing you say is, how do I handle when people like deflect or maybe project their feelings back onto me when I am trying to talk to them about something? Is that what you're saying? Mojo? Okay. So, I think the first thing is that you acknowledge what's happening. You acknowledge that there is deflection taking place, and you don't feed into it. Because typically, when someone uses a defense mechanism towards us, the thing that we want to do is we want to use a defense mechanism back. But at that point, we're not having a conversation. Our defense mechanisms are just having a fight. And so you say, okay, call it out. Hey, I feel like you're projecting. What did you actually hear me say? That's where you use reflective listening. What did you actually hear me say? Have the person. You can't hear?
No.
Oh no. Can you hear me now? Throw up a yes. That might. I think my show's only an hour, so that might be a thing too. You said you not can't hear. Okay, so I'm gonna finish it out, right? Because I'm gonna post this anyway. So you go to them and you, like I said, you call it out, and you say, hey, I have a feeling that you are projecting, right? And so, can you please tell me what you heard me say? And that is where reflective listening comes in very clearly. Okay. Okay, you lost connect. Okay, good. And so that gives you a chance to hear what they're actually hearing you say, because they're hearing it from a different lens. It's almost as if you're speaking a different language. And so that is it. The reflective listening is like a very smooth translation. And you can kind of get to what they're hearing, and then they repeat it back to you, and then you can actually say, okay, so that was not my intent. What if I say it like this? What do you hear then? And it becomes a working conversation versus a battle with this, perception that someone is either having not our best interest at heart or what have you. Does that answer your question? Nice. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all those that asked a question. Thank you for all those that listened in. Anybody who wants to come on the show, please do. And just remember, we are looking for callers. We're looking for questions. We're just here to help, So Supportive Advice Live. I think this was a great first show. Yes. This was a great first show. Thank my guest here, the hand model, and we will see you all again next Thursday at 6:00 p.m. Thank you, Mojo. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks everybody for joining, and I'll see you next week.